Good day, my dear students. For today's video, we're going to talk about functions and relation. So this topic po is very essential to understand because this is one of the building blocks of higher mathematics such as calculus. So sa calculus po kasi meron tayong pinag-aaralan dyan na limits, meron pong derivatives and integration. So lahat po yun ang building blocks is function. But first, let us define what function and relation is. But in order for us to define what is function, let us first define what is relation. Now, my dear students, relation daw po is a set of ordered pairs. And we understand ordered pairs in terms of coordinate, di ba po? Coordinate is an ordered pair. So, ang ordered pairs po is nakikita po natin yan sa mga points. Sa mga points po ng Cartesian coordinate plane. So, for example po, this is the Cartesian coordinate plane. We have here the x-axis and here naman po the y-axis. So for example, we have here, this is +1 in the x-axis and this is also the +y in the y-axis. So this point po is the coordinate 1 and 1 and this is an ordered pair. So for example again, limbawa ito, this is 5, +5, meaning to say the intersection of the x-axis and the y-axis, ito pong point na ito, this is presented as 1, 5. So, di ba po kapag nagsusulat tayo ng mga points, we always start with the x-axis, tapos ipina-follow na lang po natin yung y-axis. That's why itong point pong ito, 1 and 5. So, meron din po tayong halimbawa, this is -2 and this is -3. So, meaning to say, yung intersection po nitong dalawa from -2 and -3, yung intersection po nila is what we call the point -2 and -3. So, pwede din po halimbawa, this is 5. And this is -3. So meaning to say, ang point na ito is 5, -3. So my dear students, di ba kapag sinabi nating set, this is the collection of well-defined objects. So paano nga po natin na-define or paano po natin malalaman na ang objects are the collection of the well-defined objects? Kailangan meron tayong tinatawag na similarities para magkaroon sila ng well-defined na characteristics. Such as, for example, the set of real numbers, kailangan po yung mga numbers daw po natin is kasama sa set ng real numbers. Ibig sabihin, kahit ito ay rational or irrational, pwede din pong kasama siya sa set of real numbers. So actually, I've already created a video about real number system. And if you want to understand it further, I can give the link in the description box of this video, or you can find it in my YouTube channel, Learner's Vault. So sabi po sa atin, a relation is the set daw po of ordered pairs. So these are the ordered pairs. So halimbawa, we have the set of these ordered pairs. So pwede natin halimbawa the relation A is equal. So, di ba po, kapag nagsusulat tayo ng set, ginagamitan po natin ng braces. So, the relation will be the set of 1, 1, 1, 5, -2 and -3, and 5, -3. So, this is a relation po. So now, how about function? How do we define function? Sabi po dito, a function daw po is a relation. Meaning to say, this is also a set of ordered pairs si function. However, meron tayong condition na sinusunod kay function. Sabi dito, each element of the domain X corresponds to exactly. So, I want you to take note of the word exactly, one element of range or the Y. So, ibig sabihin, my dear students, kung i-consider natin itong example na to, this is a relation Y. Kasi po, di ba, sa isa daw pong X, kailangan isa lang po yung Y. O dito po, my dear students, si 1, di ba? Isa po siyang X. Pero ilan po yung Y niya? We have 2 Ys. Why? Sa 1, either nakapartner siya kay 1 din, or kaya kay 5. So sabi niya po, sabi dito sa definition natin, in order for us to have a function, kailangan daw po, kung si 1 nakapartner kay 1, kailangan si 1 lang po yung partner niya. Hindi na po pwedeng maulit. Opo. So, ibig sabihin dito po, para ma-identify natin na this is a function, ang kailangan lang po natin sa function na ito, halimbawa the function b naman this time, is consist of the ordered pairs 1, 5, -2, -3, and C5 and -3. So dito po ang naulit naman si y. Pero okay lang naman po yun as long as na si x ay hindi na uulit. So for example, ito po si -2, ang y niya po is si -3. Ito naman po si 5, ang y niya po is si -3. But still, sabi nga natin, ang lagi nating tinitignan is si x. Kailangan po si x hindi pwedeng maulit-ulit, okay? So si y pwedeng maulit-ulit, si x bawal pong maulit. So for example, in this coordinate system, ang function po para matawag nating function is ito pong mga order pairs na ito. We have 1, 5, -2, and 3, and the coordinate 5 and -3. Pero sa relation, ito po ang relation natin. So clear na po kung ano pinagkaiba ng relation at function. Pag sinabi po nating relation, basta lahat po ng set, opo, kahit ano man yan, that is considered as a relation. But function, meron tayong considered or meron tayong consideration na sinusunod. Such as, kailangan daw po sa kada x, isa lang daw po si x. Kailangan may isa ding y. Opo, ibig sabihin, kailangan wala pong pare-parehas na x. So meaning to say, my dear students, this leads us to the conclusion that all of the function is actually a relation. Kasi nga po, ibig sabihin, lahat po ng function pwedeng maging set of ordered pairs. However, not all relations are functions. Bakit po, my dear students? Kasi minsan si relation hindi sumusunod sa one element of x corresponds to one element of y, di ba? So, kaya pwede nating masabi na ang function is always a relation, but a relation is not always a function. So we have 4 presentations of functions. So yung number 1 po natin is set. So katulad po ng example natin kanina, so yun po ang example ng functions and relation po. So pwede natin siyang i-represent as set po. Kapag may nakita na po kayo na braces at meron pong mga ordered pair doon sa loob niya, so that is considered as a function or relation. So titignan nyo na lang po kung yung function na yun is a relation. Kapag not a function po siya, so technically that is a relation. Apo. Yung pangalawa po natin is table of values. So for example po, meron kayong nakita sa exam or sa sinasagutan nyo na table po, naka-tabular form, wherein naka-indicate kung sino si X at kung sino si mga Y. So pwede na po nating ma-identify if that table po is representing a function or not a function. O kapag not a function po siya, technically that is a relation. So dito po pala sa table of values, pwede din siyang ma-present in terms of circles or in terms of diagram. So we have here X nga for example, and this is Y. And pag may nakita po kayo mga arrow dyan, for example, so that is one also of the presentations. And number 3 po, we also have the graph. So for example, my dear students, we have here the Cartesian coordinate system. At kung maalala nyo, di ba, ang mga set of points po, kapag connect po natin sa Cartesian coordinate system, nagkakaroon po sila ng graph. Meron po tayong tinatawag na linear, meron po tayong tinatawag na quadratic, meron din naman po tayong tinatawag na cubic. Tapos, so for example, yung line natin na nakita or yung graph po natin na nakita is like this. So this is a linear graph. Opo. This is a linear graph because it is presented by a line. Now, paano po natin malalaman kung this is a function or not? So, kailangan magkaroon tayo ng test na tinatawag nating vertical line test. So, gawa lang tayo ng vertical line across the graph and titignan po natin kung ilang beses po sila nag-meet doon sa graph. So, dito po, isang beses lang sila nag-meet. So, we have this point, di ba? So, since isang beses lang naman sila nag-meet, meaning to say, this is a function. So paano naman, my dear students, kapag mayroon tayong nakitang parabola sa graph natin? For example, a parabola. So paano natin malalaman uli if this is a graph or if this is a function or not? Again, vertical line test. So dito po sa line test na ito, nakita natin na yung graph nag-meet doon sa vertical line ng once ulit. So meaning to say, this is still a function. And parabola po is a graph for all quadratic functions. So ang quadratic function po natin, malalaman natin quadratic siya kapag yung highest exponent po ng equation natin is 2. So for example, we have f of x is equal to x squared. So ang pinakamataas po nating exponent is 2. So that is a parabola. And parabola po is a function po because it is presented by quadratic. Ito po linear. Opo, ang linear function po, for example, f of x is equal to x plus 1. So since x plus 1 po siya, this is a linear function. Bakit po? Kasi po sa x natin, meron siyang invisible na exponent 1. Kapag ang exponent po, ang pinakamataas na exponent po ng isang equation is 1, that is a linear. Opo, kapag 2 naman po, that is quadratic. So paano naman po kapag yung graph natin, ang pinakamataas po nating exponent is 3. So what kind of function is that? That is a cubic function. So for example, we have this graph again. So for example, we have this Cartesian coordinate system again. At pag may nakita kayong, for example, nakaganyan siya, para siyang letter S na minsan nagiging N, depende po sa kung ano yung mga points na dinadaanan ni graph. This is what we call the cubic function or cubic graph or graph of the cubic equation. So, katulad po ng lagi natin ginagawa, we need to conduct the vertical line test. So, kailangan mag-cross sila sa iisa lang na point. So, dito po, nag-meet po si vertical line test natin sa isang point lang po ni cubic function. At po tulad po ng sinabi ko, di ba, ang cubic function po natin, ang pinakamataas na exponent must be 3. So for example, we have f of x is equal to x cubed plus x squared plus x plus 1. So, ang pinakamataas po nating exponent dito sa function na ito or dito sa equation na to is 3. So, since 3 po siya, this is still a function kasi sabi nga natin, it only meets po in one point. But this is a cubic na po, cubic function. Kapag may nakita na po kayong ganyang form, that is cubic. Kapag parabola, that is quadratic. Pero kapag line lang po, that is linear function. So, this is a cubic function and still this is a function. So yung fourth po nating presentation is the equation in terms of equation. So katulad nga po ng sinabi ko, kapag may nakita kayong f of x is equal to x plus 1, alam natin na linear yan. At alam natin na kapag linear yan, lagi yung nag-meet sa isa lang po na point. So that is a function also. So paano po, my dear students, kapag binigyan po tayo ng f of x po is the symbol for function opo. So f of x is equal to x plus 5 if x daw po is less than or equal to 0 and x squared plus 2x plus 1 if x is greater than 0. Now, my dear students, ano po kaya to? Is this a function or not a function? So ano nga po uli, my dear students, yung tinatandaan natin para maging function ang isang function? Ano yung tinatignan natin? Is it the x or the y? Di ba po x? Kailangan sabi natin, isa lang po si x. So dito po, my dear students, ang x po ba, or ang 0 po ba, kasi siya po yung mga values na x, si 0 po ba naulit? So dito po, hindi po nauulit si 0 because dito po, magmula daw po kay 0, pababa. Opo, so ibig sabihin from 0, -1, -2, 2, and so on and so forth, ang gagamitin nating equation si x plus 5. Dito naman po, magmula daw po kay 1 because 0 is not greater than 0, di ba po? Kaya ibig sabihin, kapag 0 siya, ito yung gagamitin nating equation. So magmula daw po kay 1, papataas na number, ito pong second equation yung gagamitin natin. So my dear students, this is what we call the piecewise function. And a piecewise function po is actually relevant in terms of standardization. So ano ba yan, ma'am, na standardization na yan? So ang piecewise function po, piecewise function is actually a function wherein it is composed of two or more equations. So, example nga po niyan is ito po, f of x is equal to x plus 5 if x is less than or equal to 0, and f of x daw po is x squared plus 2x plus 1 if x is greater than 0. So, piecewise function, ang real-life application po niya, for example, is halimbawa po, dito po sa amin, ang standard po na fare or pamasahe is 13 pesos kapag yung kilometers po na tina-travel ng tricycle ngayon namin is below 2 kilometers or exactly 2 kilometers. So in equation that is f of x is equal to 13 pesos if x is less than or equal to 2 kilometers. Ibig sabihin po, below 2 kilometers or exactly 2 kilometers, laging 13 pesos yung binabayaran namin. Pero each kilometer na madadagdag, and let's present that kilometer x, ngayon for example, nagdadagdag kami ng 5 pesos. So that is 5. X plus 13. So bakit po may 13 dito? Kasi po yung 13 na yon is kailangan na yung bayaran by hook or by crook. At bawat kilometrong madadagdag, kailangan nag-a-add tayo ng 5 pesos. So that is 5x plus 13 if x is greater than 2 kilometers. So for example, ako, from point A to point B, that is 1 kilometer. So ano po yung gagamitin ko? Ilan po yung babayaran ko? 13 pesos lang po. Opo. So that's why ito po yung first equation. And by the way po, my dear students, kapag may nakita po kayong f of x, ngayon for example, f of x is equal to 5. This is still a function and this is what we call the constant function. Constant function po siya kasi ibig sabihin kahit anong i-input mo kay x, 5 po yung kalalabasan. In terms of graph po, that is a horizontal line lang po. So halimbawa, for example, our x ngaya is 1. Pero yung y natin, f of x po, in terms of y na po siya. Opo, kada input daw po natin ng x, ano yung y na lalabas? That is the f of x. Opo. So halimbawa ito, f of 1 is equal to 5. So ibig sabihin, pag 1 yung x ko, 5 pa rin naman yung magiging y ko. So paano naman po kapag yung yung x ko is negative 5. So kapag negative 5, kahit anong mangyari, still 5 pa rin yung magiging y ko. Kahit ito, my dear students, maging 7. So still 5 pa rin. Kasi nga po, constant na yung y daw po, yung kalalabasan or the output of the function is always 5. Ngayon, i-connect po natin yan. So, kunwari perfect na yung line ni ma'am. So that is a horizontal graph po. Try nga po natin kung mag-meet po siya ng once lang sa ating vertical line test. So kung makikita nyo, nag-meet po siya ng once sa ating vertical line test. Therefore, this function po, the constant function is still a function. So what if, my dear students, ako po, nag-travel ako ng 8 kilometers. So ilan po kaya ang babayaran ko? So dito po, using the piecewise function, alin po kaya dito yung gagamitin ko? Is it the first one or the second one? So second one po tayo. So that is f of x is equal to 5x plus 13. Ngayon po, yung x po natin, every additional po yan na distance na tina-travel. So that is f times, di ba po, my dear students, kada 2 kilometers, exactong 13 yung babayaran natin. So sabi ko nga, di ba, nagkaroon ako ng 8 na kilometers. So, ibig sabihin, ilan yung extra na kilometers? That is only 6. Opo, so 6 po is equal to 5 times 6 plus 13. So, that is 5 times 6, that is 30 plus 13. So, now, 30 plus 13, that is 43. So, therefore, our answer will be 43. Ibig sabihin po, doon sa 8 kilometers na meron akong travel, ibig sabihin po, doon sa 8 kilometers na travel ko, ang babayaran ko po is 43 pesos. So, gets? Actually, ang piecewise function, ginagamit din po siya. Halimbawa, kapag meron kayong mga services na nagre-require ng minimum hours of services, halimbawa po, yung pag-tutor nyo po, halimbawa per hour, alam nyo na ang first hour nyo ngayon is 150 at every additional hour, magkakaroon kayo ng additional 50 pesos ngayon na singil doon sa mga duties nyo. So that is one of the ways para ma-standardize yung payment sa inyo. Okay? Pwede din naman nga po yan sa mga doktor, for example, kung ilan yung per hour ngayon nilang rate, or kahit ano pa pong piecewise function. So, tandaan po ng piecewise function, hindi lang po limited sa dalawang equation, opo. So, pwede din po siyang magkaroon ng tatlo or higit pa na equations na nasa loob ng isang function, opo. So now, let's test, my dear students, your understanding. You tell me if this is a function or not a function. If it's not a function, therefore, it is a relation. So for example, we have here, so number 1, for example, we have here B is equal to 5, 1, 5, 2, and 5, 3. So is this a function or not a function? So this is not a function. Bakit po? Iisa lang po si x. Pero ilan yung y niya? 'Di ba? Marami. Ang tinitignan natin is si x lagi. Kapag iisa lang si x pero madaming y niya, that is not a function. Pero halimbawa, maraming x, kahit ulit-ulit si y na nag-a-appear, still that is a function. Pero dito, ang paulit-ulit na nag-a-appear is si x. Ibig sabihin, in terms of diagram, that is 5. Marami siyang kapartner. So, 1, 2, 3. So therefore, our number 1 is not a function. So, number 2 tayo. In terms, again, of set. So, halimbawa, we have here set C is equal to 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. So, is this a function or relation? So, my dear students, this is a function. Bakit po function? Hindi naman po na ulit-ulit si x. So, dito po, si 1, siya lang po ang natatanging x na merong 1. Apo, si 2 rin po, siya lang po yung natatanging x na may 2. Ganon din po kay 2, 3, and 4. So, what if our equation is y squared is equal to 49x squared. So ano po kaya siya? Is this a function or relation? So this is not a function, my dear students. Bakit po kaya not a function siya? So let's try to eliminate squared first. Opo, paano natin ma-eliminate si square dito? Kailangan ilipat natin siya sa kabila. So kapag maililipat siya sa kabila, magiging ano siya, kumbaga multiplicative inverse. So that is y is equal to the square root of 49x squared. So di ba? From dito po na square, yung kabaliktaran niya po is square root. At alam po natin na ang square root, ang laging result niya is dalawa. It's either the positive of it or the negative result of it. So that is y is equal to positive, negative. What is the square root of 49? That is 7. What is the square root of x squared? That is x. Ibig sabihin, si y po sa iisang x, either dalawa maging sagot niya na y is equal to positive 7x or y is equal to negative 7x. So, tignan nga po natin yung result. Halimbawa, let our x be 1. So, di ba po, y squared daw po is equal to 49 and our x daw po is 1. So, squared. So, that is 1 squared, that is 1 times 49, that is 49. Y squared. So, y po natin is equal to the square root of 49. At ang square root po ng 49, it's either positive 7 or negative 7 because negative 7 times negative 7, that is also 49. And positive 7 times positive 7, that is 49. So kung makikita nyo, my dear students, dalawa yung pwede nating maging result because positive 7 is different from negative 7. So ano pong implication niya? Ilan pong y sa iisang x? Diba po, dalawa? Anong sabi natin? Sa kada x, kailangang isa lang ang y. So, ibig sabihin po, my dear students, this is not a function. So, how about this one? Number 4 po tayo. You tell me, my dear students, if this is a function or not a function. X plus y cubed is equal to 8. So, is this a function or not a function? So, my dear students, this is a function. So, bakit po siya function? Try po natin na eliminate si cube. So, una po muna natin pwedeng gawin is ilipat si x sa kabilang equation or sa kabilang side ng equation. So, that is y cube is equal to x minus or 8 minus x. Now, si cube po, kung dito po is cube siya, sa kabila magiging cube root siya. So, that is y is equal to the cube root of 8 minus x. So, ang cube po, my dear students, laging isa lang yung sagot niyan. It's either positive or negative. Basta isa lang po lagi ang sagot niyan. So, therefore, ito po is a function, unlike po I square. So, ano yung implication natin? So, sulat natin dito, remember. So, ano pong implication nito? Remember that if the y po has the exponent na even. Opo, so ano pa ba yung mga even? Yung mga multiples of 2, halimbawa, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and so on and so forth. Kapag yung y po nun, may mga even exponent, that is automatically not a function. Pero kapag si y natin, may exponents na odd. So ano po yung mga odd? Yung mga hindi even, yung mga hindi multiples by 2. So that is, halimbawa, 1, 3, 5, so on and so forth. Automatically, that is a function. Yun na lang lagi niyong tatandaan. Now, what about, my dear students, if we have this graph? Halimbawa, meron tayong graph na ganito. Is this a function or not? We need to use the vertical line test. So using the vertical line test, nag-meet lang siya ng isang beses doon sa graph. So therefore, this is a function. And what kind of function is this? So kapag may nakita na po kayo, my dear students, na graph, na letter V, yung ano niya, form niya, this is the absolute. Absolute function po siya. Bakit po kayo absolute function? Kasi, di ba po ito, these are the x-axis natin. Ito naman po, this is the y-axis natin. Ibig sabihin, mapa-positive, mapa-negative. Lagi po, my dear students, na positive yung y niya. So for example, we have y is equal to the absolute value of x plus 1. So, gawa tayo ng table of values kasi 'di ba sabi natin, one of the presentation of function is through table of value. So, sabihin na natin na this is the x, this is the y. Sabihin natin dito na this is 2, this is negative 1, this is 0, this is 1, sorry. This is 1. And this is 2. So, what will be the value of y? So, sabihin na natin na halimbawa y is equal to the absolute value of negative 2 plus 1. That is negative 2 plus 1, that is negative 1. What is the value of the absolute value of negative 1? Isn't it that it's just 1? So, yan. Alam na natin na ang value ng negative 2 is 1. So, paano naman kapag the absolute value of negative 1 plus 1 is equal to negative 1 plus 1, that is 0. What is the absolute value of 0? Still 0. So, that is 0 lang. So, lagay natin dito 0. So, what if the value of x is 0? So that is 0 plus 1. So that is the absolute value of 1. What is the absolute value of 1? That is also 1. So nakalagay dito 1. So what if naman y is equal to the absolute value of 1 plus 1? That is y is equal to the absolute value of 2, which is also 2. Di ba kapag sinabi po natin absolute value, magiging positive siya. So what if naman we have 2? So that is the absolute value of 2 plus 1. So that is the absolute value of 3. And what is the absolute value of 3? That is 3. So kung makikita nyo, we have these values. So 2, 3. So kapag pinag-graph po natin yan, halimbawa, ito na lang po, gamitin natin graph. Or gawa na lang tayo ng another graph. If this is the 0, this is the 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So this is negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, 1, 2. So ito po, 1. So ibig sabihin po, kay negative 2 daw po, 1. So ibig sabihin ito po yan. Kay negative 1, 0. Palit tayo ng color. So sabi dito negative 2, 1. So this is the negative 2. At sa y-axis, this is the 1. So dito po siya. So si negative 1 and 0, dito po. Tapos niya sabi po niya 0 and 1. So nandito po. And another one is 1 and 2. So this is the 2 ngayon, for example. Nandito naman po 2 and 3. So this is the 3. So ano pong style niya? V-shape pa rin. Pero kung makikita nyo, unlike na nasa origin na siya, wait lang, hindi natin nalagyan ng arrowhead. Yan, for example, okay na. So this is still an absolute function. Why absolute function? Kasi po naka-V siya. At kung makikita nyo, wala po tayong result na negative. Because nga po, absolute value, ibig sabihin, laging magiging positive. Kaya dito po, naging V-shape siya. Ngayon po, kung makikita nyo, ito po kasi, ito pong equation na to, actually, this is the y is equal to the absolute value of x. Kaya nasa origin po si yung pinaka-peak po niya. So dito po, mayroon po kasi tayong tinatawag na phase shift. Actually, sa analytic geometry nyo, matatakal nyo yan, yung phase shift, mga ganyan. Actually, sa trigonometry, meron din. Sa phase shift, vertical shift, mga ganyan. So dito po, meron siyang phase shift na positive 1, kaya umurong siya ng isang beses. Okay? So that is all about function. So if you still have questions, clarifications, violent reaction, my dear students, please free to contact me. You have my messenger account. That's it for today, my dear students. If you still have questions, please don't hesitate to comment down below. If you find this video helpful, please like and subscribe to my channel. So I'll see you next time. Goodbye!